Hello and welcome back to SpaceLink TV. I am on Mars again today and I'm gonna take you through a gigapan, one of my favorite things to do. I got a lot of buttons to click on and I think this one I got here is the right one. We are in Mawrth Vallis or Fields of Jatan, and this is actually a really interesting area. Look at all these rocks. It looks like buildings when you see it from above. It's not. It is rocks. But there is something to it with all them rocks. The way they're lined up. Some places you can see it very clearly. It is an amazing area, and I was told that all these cracks or pathways, that they are mud cracks, but if you follow some of them you can see they're actually going up on top of the hills and on top of the rocks and down on the other side, so I don't think we are looking at mud cracks in any kind of way. This is one of the most fascinating areas I've ever been in. Now notice all the rocks you can see spread all over, everywhere. And then you got in the middle, right in the middle, a hole. Where is the rocks? Somebody removed all the rocks from the surface in the middle. And don't tell me, oh, there's never been any rocks there. I don't believe it. Just answer the question and tell me, where are the rocks gone? And look at them corners you got down here on these so-called pathways. I think this is a really intriguing satellite image of Mars. We can come up to the other side and we can continue. There's a hole. There's a hole. You can see we are up on top here. Here we are going down. This is a really intriguing picture. As I said, I can go on for days and days and hours and hours. The area is huge. I can show you what a big image we're looking at. This is the satellite image. This is the area we just been in. So I am gonna sit and look a little bit around with you guys out there. Because this is an interesting area. Look, it's like there is a path into the crater. I'm wondering, because this actually looks like somebody has covered up something not to be seen from above. What could we be looking at? You can actually see something round poking out. Interesting. This is an amazing area. The geometry in the rocks are fascinating, and I can't help thinking, what am I looking at? As I said before, with the mud cracks you can see the X's in the middle. They go through everything, so they are not mud cracks. And then again we have these square boxes or area like it's divided. But yeah, it is amazing, and it does make me silent when I'm looking around. Something interesting there in the middle. And again, all just rocks. And I got my sound back on. I am aware that I got a lot of white noise here in the background, and my computer is spinning and making a lot of noise. I am trying to get the best out of it, but we are on Mars. We are on Mawrth, Vallis. Really geological, interesting area on Mars. There are certain areas where you can see all the rocks we're seeing here being lined up in circles and in lines. And all you gotta do is just look around. You got something right here in the middle, again lined up like a square. And there are so much to look at. So this is amazing, and I'm not sure I can be able to stop surfing around here on Mars. Let's zoom out a little bit. And in these areas we can try, see if we can make it clear. Just look at all these paths. I think it's quite amazing. You got something going on right there in the middle, but not clear enough to see. Wow. See, this is a sand dune. There's something wrong about these sand dunes. I don't think they're sand dunes, to be honest. I think there's something else. And hello to Royston Marshall and Munder06 and Martin Wolf. Hello guys, welcome back to Spacelink TV. I'm not talking much today because I am deeply intrigued by looking at this JP2 satellite image of the Martian surface. And thank you Martin Wolf, love this, so do I, absolute. So what do you guys think we could be looking at? Is this an ancient quarry site from a former civilization on Mars and the leftovers that you can find 10, 16,000 years later? Or is it just all a coincidence? So what do you guys think? And again, a typical blurring feature. Look at all this blur in the middle that should be looking like sand, but it's transparent and it's actually hanging in the air, if you can say so. It's really bad. There's definitely something going on here. Now again, I spoke about rocks on lines, lined up. Look at these. They pretty much look lined up, if you ask me. And Munder 06 says it's a lake. I don't think it's a lake. Look at the whole satellite image from above. The big craters you see could have hold water. There's an area here who could have hold water, but all this here is elevated. So I don't think it's a lake bed we are in. We are in the crater of the Mawrth Vallis and the canals, which is a quite exciting place to be honest. Let's have a look over here. I think that there could have been a lot of rivers. Absolute. Let's get a little bit closer. And again, all these straight lines through the rocks. And again, we're talking about rocks being lined up. And again, in the middle you got like a square area again. That's what I say. I don't think it's mud cracks. I think there are actual pathways or roads or small rivers or whatever. This is an interesting crater by the look. The Martian surface can be really intriguing, and I love surfing around here, just looking around. It's actually fun to have you guys with me here today while I'm just surfing. Ask yourself a lot of questions. Look at all these lined up rocks. Look here. I know my mouse is very tiny little, but look here, all them rocks that are lined up in straight lines in here. Tell me it's all just a coincidence, and what's all that material that is covering this lying above? Is it just sand? What are we looking at? Let's see what we can get. See, that's better. Then again, now you can see it very clearly what I'm talking about. The rocks on lines. They're online on lines. And then you got that other crater here. It looks more like a spiral way down into the crater. But it's fascinating. It's fascinating and intriguing. Yeah, beautiful high-rise pictures, and don't worry about your English, Mondeur. My English is not too good either, but I'll try my best. But it's pretty cool. And again, notice you have this what at first sight you would think it's a crater. This one is about 16 meter wide. So I don't think it's a crater, but if it was a crater, you could wonder how did all them lines that go through all the rock continue down the crater and through and out on the other side. What's going on here? So I for some reason I don't think it's a crater. I don't know about you guys. Do you think it's a crater, the one here? There are so many of them. You can see patterns go through the craters. So I am wondering if all these lines are just rocks that are cracked. Then how can the rock crack in a crater where there should be no rock, where it should all be melted? Or did the rock come later and then cracked and create the same patterns as besides to the crater? No, it didn't. There's something fishy going on with it. So guys, I would like to hear you. What do you guys think? Oh, these black paths are these black lines that are crossing all over. Let me just zoom out a little bit, because we see them everywhere. They are creating a network of, I call them pathways. What do you guys think they are? Are they actual pathways from an elder civilization, or is it just Mother Nature playing a coincidence? As I said, mud cracks. Look at this one here, coming in here, coming out on the other side. I don't think they're mud cracks for sure. You're gonna get a hard time convincing me about that. But it's interesting, and it looks like infrastructure if you ask me. And again, you see the mud cracks go through the crater, making a U-turn. These are not mud cracks. I can't believe it's mud cracks. So I would love to hear your guys' opinion out there. What do you think we are looking at? Is it just me who's not updated on mod cracks, or am I on crack? I was about to say no, I'm absolutely not. Let's move on a little bit. See, there's an interesting area here as well. Let me just zoom out before I zoom in. I want to look at this area. Let's zoom out a little bit more so we can see it. Here you can see almost see the topography of the area. You can see what's on top, what's further down, and what's all the way down. These are like steps on the mountain. So these are very interesting. I want to go into the area over here and have a look. And look at that one. That's a crater. I think it is. But how did that big block appear in the middle? Or is that the crater floor we are actually looking at? And all the black you see is sand that's pushed aside. It's a little bit hard to see. We gotta figure out which way the sun is shining from, and to get an answer to the question. But intriguing, and look on top here, it looks like there is stuff. It looks like there is something on the top. It looks like there's something sitting up here. But again, we are on Mars, so of course there's nothing up there but rocks. We all know that. Nothing but rocks. And that's of course why I'm sitting and spending days on doing these gigapans. High-rise images. It seems like a forest. It seems like some area have trees in it. It looks like trees, some of the area. Let's try and point it out next time we see some of the areas. But again, just sitting here and looking at all these different rocks, how they look, and all these small pathways. It's like an interconnected area. There's always a road to the back side of where you are. But let's get a measurement on here. Let's get 100 meter. This is 100 meter. And 1 meter is 3.2 feet. So it's gotta be 328 feet we are looking at here. Just to get a size estimation of the area we're looking at, and we can even zoom out and keep the size on it. So if you look at the size on this, you can see these are not houses you're seeing from top. These are small rocks, unless they just screwed it all up and gave us a whole other measurement that makes us believe that we are looking at rocks, because it would be too small. But we don't know. They have changed the measurements before. I do remember that with the M1800558 anomaly, because we got something called Wayback Machine. You guys have probably heard about the Wayback Machine. Now if you look at the Wayback Machine, it stores the pages once in a while. And when you go in and look at the M18005558, you get a measurement of the size of the wide width of the picture, satellite picture. And that measurement said in 2016 that the M18 image was 3.1 kilometers wide. In 2017 it says it was 2.9 kilometers wide. And in 2024 it says the same picture now only is 2 kilometers wide. It's shrinked in with more than 1.1 kilometers. It's like expanding it with half its own size, and say it's not that wide, the picture, so everything you measured is wrong. So, but I can get into that another day. I can hold a whole presentation about NASA and what they are doing. We are looking around here. And yeah, Mondia 06, I'll see you again hopefully soon. Take care. I will be surfing around a little bit longer here to see if we can find something of interest. Well, basically everything is of interest when we're talking about this. See, looking at it from above here, it looks like a seaport in some country somewhere. But knowing that it's Mars and you're zooming in, you will know it's rocks. But I don't think we are looking at something that's naturally created. You see, even this one here is designed to have a width wide. Looking at it from above, it looks artificial created, most of it. And it looks like an area that was quarried many years ago and just left. So it is a fascinating thought. Let's go a little bit closer. And as I spoke of, these so-called mud cracks goes both up and down walls. Whoop. But I don't think they're mud crack. And again, think that gets your attention straight away. To me it looks like tracks on the Martian soil. Tracks all the way. This one looks more like an entrance down. Oh, here's one of them areas I speak of with lined up rocks, row after row, and they're all chopped equal. There are quite a few of those areas. Look at the patterns. X, X, X. Yep, it is amazing. But guys, it was fun to have you with me here today. As I said, I'm just looking around today, no job specific, and it was fun to take you with me on a little fly over Mars here. Go in and check my last videos. I uploaded 2 more here the last 2 days of flying over Mars, where you can see actually one of them is from the same gigapan here, image here, where we are flying over it. That means we go in one direction with constant speed for 1 hour and 40 minutes. And if there's anything underneath you on the soil, because you're looking from the satellite and down, or in a little spaceship and down, if there is anything there that is not natural, you will see it. Go check it out, it's pretty cool. Thank you guys for watching. I wanna get out of here again and eat the rest of my Christmas pudding. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you all for joining.